What?
I'm just gonna loosen my jeans.
Go for it. Your fly's undone too?
It was already undone.
All right.
I literally just did it. Actually, I can't verify that. So it may have been. I tried to. I'm not sure. If
It was already undone or not?
you would have noticed.
I would. You're right.
You would have told me.
Maybe. Yeah, that's true.
I told you. If you would have noticed, you would have told me.
Well, I told you about this shit in your soul patch at Five
exactly.
Guys.
Yeah, you would have told me if it was undone. I know you would have told me. Yeah.
Fair enough.
So I'm assuming it was a recent.
Unbuckling.
Well, no, unzipping. There was no buckles.
That's fair.
I recently did unbuckle. That's post unzip.
Ah, okay.
So
Fair enough. I'll take your word for it.
I didn't realize the unzip, but it's been a wild ride to me. So
Yes, it has. Welcome back, everybody. It is the Brass Tacks Podcast, episode 13. And
oh my god, it's lucky number 13.
lucky number 13.
Or unlucky number 13.
I don't know, dude. Either way.
There's no 13th floor.
That's true. That's a stupid thing.
Oh god, yeah.
What's with the no 13th floor?
It's still the 13th floor. You can call it the 14th floor.
exactly.
It's still the 14th floor or the 13th floor. Like what are we doing?
It's 14 under the, or it's 13 under the guise of 14.
If you were standing at the base of the sky rise, you count up 13. Guess what? That's 13
13.
floors of above. I don't care if you call it the 14th floor. It's still 13th floor.
When you're standing at the base of a skyscraper.
Yes. 1920s Richard.
Oh boy, that car crash button's gonna come in handy.
Oh god.
Welcome back, everybody. It's been a hell of a day so far. Before we get into the meat and potatoes of the episode, I want to remind you to follow us and like the tracks as they become available on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, and Google Play. We have literally hundreds of people listening every week, but we only have 24 followers on SoundCloud, and that makes Daddy a little curious and a little suspect. I think you might be right about the Russian bots.
I mean, I can hope so. I'll tell you this. If you don't subscribe to it, probably. That's my endorsement.
Fair enough. Anyway. Oh, yeah, and also give us some money. Patreon.com/BrassTacksPodcast. Adam and I were just talking about building out a studio where we can smoke cigarettes and not have to go outside.
Yeah, it's a some of those things. That's a pipe dream, as we say.
Well, we'll know when we made it because we could smoke indoors.
Yeah, I mean, I could challenge you on that. I remember in my 20s, living in an apartment, smoking in it.
Oh yeah,
not because I made it.
Oh okay,
because
it was just your will.
Because it doesn't matter. That's it's the opposite of making it. You don't have a lot of money, and you're in this apartment, and you know what? I'm just gonna smoke in this fucking apartment because.
Well, it doesn't matter because I feel like no matter
they were no smoking apartments, by the way, but
right, but no matter what, do they not always try to fuck you out of the deposit, no matter what?
Yeah, I'll tell you this. I used to be at an apartment. It was a house apartment. It was a house.
Yeah.
The whole house was the apartment that we were living in.
Okay. So you were renting a house.
Owned, yes. You got it. Owned by a man named Gino.
Oh, he sounds like
I'll say that theoretically, his name in real life wasn't Gino.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Because I was about to say, he sounds like a union organizer.
Yeah. So, it was a slum. I mean, like the railings, like up the stairs, you touch it.
Yeah.
Just go.
They.
I mean,
bend
you
with
could
the
not.
wind.
You could not depend on this rail.
Yeah.
For safety.
Fair enough. It was an aesthetic.
He put it in there for aesthetics, but barely.
Oh, trust me, I'm more than familiar with slumlords, as you know.
Not good, dude. And you go up to the top. There's 2 floors. I know, 800 square feet, 2 floors.
Damn, girl.
Pretty high class.
Telling me.
I remember one night there was a fucking silverfish on the wall. I mean, the silverfish are a thing in like New York, New Jersey, and stuff like that. Like they fucking hang out. They look like fucking centipedes and shit.
Yeah, they're just creepy
Just
looking.
fucking
They're not going to do anything
vampiring
to you,
on the
but-
wall and shit.
Yeah,
You know, it sucks to be in those more humid northeast areas,
right.
but it's total slum because So, well, I'll get to where
Yeah.
this brought this up to me.
All right.
There was also a basement full of garbage, of shit, stupid shit.
Those are pictures of you.
No, unfortunately, they may have brightened it up a little bit, but just a fucking trash place. Franklin, that's like, he was living there. Franklin was living there.
Oh, nice. That was his original pad.
No, it wasn't his original pad. We lived in an apartment prior to 500 square feet.
Oh shit.
That's where he grew up as a puppy and stuff.
Moving on up, Wheezy.
So, yeah, it's kind of a big deal.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So this guy who owned this apartment, he owned multiple apartments, also owned like a racehorse and stuff.
This guy was a mafia guy. Like,
nah, maybe I'll get to a little bit more about it. Yeah, maybe not that, but I happen to know horse people as well.
right.
At the time and still today, obviously.
Yeah.
Track, horse track people.
You're the first person to teach me how to ride a horse. You taught me.
Yeah, you did good.
Thanks, man.
You're good. But there, I can't. I want to talk. I don't want to talk about his
Dealings.
No, like not even that. Just like his lifestyle choices.
Oh, okay.
And stuff like that. Well, the dude was a fucking piece of garbage. All right, so, and like we spruced this place up. It looked like shit. We mulched out like the perimeter, put flowers up and stuff, like all on our own costs. Like, this is a fucking rental. We're doing this shit just so we don't feel like a fucking piece of garbage too.
Well, you're just a good homeowner in general. You're always taking care of your shit.
Yeah, I mean, well, now it's actually legitimate home ownership.
Yeah,
as opposed to that.
The estate.
Yeah, this fucking guy. Oh man, the only good thing is what was nice. A rabbit got caught in the fence while we lived there.
Yeah.
So it was like gonna die and shit, but it was like it had like a bone sticking out of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Compound fracture.
Yeah, and like, all right, and he had some land at his place. I'm like, this is the only redeeming quality. It's not redeeming. It's just this is the only one positive. This guy's a piece of shit.
Okay.
I was like, yo, can I take this rabbit to your house and kill it? Because it's fucking suffering.
I had a rough day.
No, I was just gonna shoot it. So I can't just shoot it where I live.
No, not right.
That's not good. I would get arrested.
Well, just having a gun where you lived is probably not the coolest.
So I don't know about that. Whatever. We're moving on from
allegedly.
That. But he's like, yeah, fine. Yeah, so I took it there and blew its fucking. It's like, oh, bam! It was fucked up, dude. He was suffering and like.
I've had to do that before. I had to do it at work. At fucking the
go.
dispensary, dude. Person brought in a bunny with a broken leg and asked us if we would do something about it. They were like, the vet won't take it. And I was like, no shit, dude. It's a wild animal. So
why would... Yeah.
Long story short, I ended up taking it behind the fucking building where the tree was, and I beat its head in with a bat.
Yeah.
And then, the birds got it. Circle of life.
Right.
I'm sorry, but yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. No, well, this is going somewhere.
Okay.
Because you brought up...
Oh, the deposit.
Deposits.
Yeah.
On rentals. So, okay. So, yeah. This dude, you were renting from him. I can't remember the lease we signed.
Right.
So we get to the point where like, oh, maybe we have this opportunity to move to Colorado. So yeah, we're going to take it.
Yeah.
So we're like, all right, he's totally cool with us leaving and shit. He's like, yeah, that's fine. Oh yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
And like, so we move out there. He's like, oh, I just got to inspect the place. Well, we're on our way flying out. He was supposed to come the day we were there. He's like, oh, I can't make it. I saw the motherfucker drive by the way. And he just skipped out because I know he was going to just try to, fuck us.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's a little bit of retribution in the end. But so yeah, he's okay, yeah, well, whatever. We're getting the fuck out of this fucking dump, and we're going to like
Colorado.
after running. This is where I meet this piece of garbage that I'm looking at.
That's true. We did.
know?
We fell in love first sight.
No, I wouldn't say that. I mean,
continue your story. I'm gonna hit you.
Sorry, yeah, I was looking for an insult. I couldn't think of it. So
Just fucking look in the mirror.
yeah, no. So we were there for like maybe a few weeks or something, and there should have been a package delivered.
Okay, this is getting murky.
To the place in New York.
Yeah.
And they were supposed to forward it on to us.
Was it a guy's pinky?
No. But the fucking, I don't know what happened, but the fucking the package happened to get destroyed.
Okay.
So there's a problem with that. And like, call them up, big argument and stuff. It's like, oh, everyone, if you have anything more to say, you could talk to my lawyer.
Oh boy.
Well, all right.
Tough guy.
So that's fine. But the whole deposit thing, so we signed like a longer lease than we had.
Right.
When we left. So like there was many months left, I'm assuming.
Mm.
And he never said anything when we were leaving or anything. He tried to bring that up. And I was like, well, we signed a contract. Where's that contract? Provide that. He's like, I don't know.
No.
I think he lost our contract.
Either that.
And
it's in the
I'm gonna be honest
floorboards of
with
his
you,
car.
Allegedly, a couple months prior to that.
Yeah. Allegedly.
I was supposed to pay the rent, and I just fucking forgot.
Fair enough.
Like I didn't bring it to his fucking house or something. I forgot. And he may have not noticed at the time.
Oh, okay. Well, he sounds organized, so I mean, for him to forget a detail like that,
I think so.
Who the
Like
fuck
I remember
was this
finding
guy?
the check in my car at the time, saying, well, I still have the same car, but
Right.
not the truck.
No, I know what you're
Same
talking
car.
about.
Yeah.
The Kia.
No, not the Kia.
Your check was in the car.
It was still in the car a couple years ago. I was cleaning it out.
Oh,
I'm
fuck.
like, I thought I actually gave him the check at some point. And I found it. I'm like, I never gave this guy this fucking check.
You just didn't notice when like $1,000 was still in your bank account? I mean, I know Daddy's got some coin.
No,
but...
it wasn't $1,000. What are you talking about? We think we're paying $1,000 for rent over there?
Oh, true. I keep forgetting where we are and versus
It's
where
much
we
younger.
come from.
This is some time ago.
This is like 40 years ago. Rent was
At
$20
least 70.
a month, man.
Yeah, this is 1960s, dude. It was cheaper, and that's what I'm saying. It was fucking slum, dude. Like,
yeah, you're getting by with a little.
so he did retain said deposit. However, I missed it.
You took him for
I got
a month.
I got a free month's rent.
Fair
They
enough.
never charged me, and I'm pretty sure we broke our lease early, and he couldn't prove it, so he didn't do anything about it. So it was a wash.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I spent about 20 minutes talking about a wash.
It's okay.
So-
It's okay. That's a good story, man. I mean, that's a good story because it didn't end with you getting fucked. Like
Okay, is there a story
where a landlord does fuck the occupants?
Yeah, not me.
Dude,
I'm not. That's not gonna happen.
Skylar and I, before we moved here, the apartment we had together in Myrtle Beach,
Yeah.
we got fucked hard. But the
Did
lady, the chick who was running the office, she kind of had us by the balls because she knew what we were up to. Like, allegedly, Skylar and I were trafficking large amounts of marijuana. Allegedly. And also, allegedly, this front office manager for the apartment complex may or may not have been accepting packages for us and then leaving them in our apartment buildings, and so, in our actual apartment.
Okay.
So
No, I don't. No, go ahead.
Well, this is all
This
hypothetical.
theoretical world.
Yeah, this
okay.
is an alternate
Go on.
universe.
I don't care.
Anyway, whenever Skylar and I were getting ready to move out and everything like that, they not only kept the deposit, but she like trumped up all these fucking like weird charges like cleaning and
She trumped him up?
Yeah, she trumped him up. But
She was making America great again by those charges, right?
she was trying, dude. She's trying to make her bank account great again.
Right.
But fucking
Comedy.
But basically she handed us a printout. It was just a fucking something she had typed up and signed by hand, like a fucking typed up piece of paper that just said smoke damage removal or repair or something like that.
Well, let me stop you for a second. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Am I trying to believe there wasn't smoke damage in that apartment?
All right, fair enough. This
So,
that's fair.
are you you guys were so conscious of smoking tobacco
Oh yeah, legal tobacco
inside? I know
There was
you
a-
were.
there was a lot
I
of
know you were
smoking.
smoking
Yeah.
legal tobacco inside that apartment.
There was a lot of smoking going on.
Well, okay.
And also, on any given point in time, there was always like 7 to 10 dudes deep, just fucking smoking blunts and whatnot. So I get it. She had a
Smoking
point.
blunts.
And actually, now that I'm going over it in my head, we did leave like a lot of.
I'm not familiar with
furniture.
blunts. Is that code for something? Or
Yeah,
tell me
it's-
more about
yeah,
that.
a little lefty, a little adult cigarette.
Oh,
But yeah,
Wait,
it's PCP.
an adult cigarette.
Yeah, grown folks cigarette.
Are there children's cigarettes?
Yeah, those pussy
Candy
vapes,
ones?
the pussy vape sticks.
Oh,
Oh, hold on. I think I got
No,
a
you
decent
don't.
one. Hold on.
that actually.
It worked.
Can you crack the window a little bit?
I'm not cracking the window because the neighbor's stupid.
Okay, well then we get.
their
look,
little ratty dog just fucking goes off, and that's gonna pick up. and
I
I'm not
understand
having it.
that. Look, I understand that, but look, I know my farts.
Yeah, we did just have 5 guys too.
They don't stink like yours, dude.
Well, dude, you're all the way over there. I had to just sit back down at eye level with where I farted.
I'm saying if you crack the window maybe an inch to
I'm
an
not
inch and a
cracking.
half,
I'm not cracking the window. We're already too far past it.
2/3 of an inch.
No, it's not happening.
All right.
Knock it off.
All right.
So anyway, we got fucked out of our lease, our fucking stupid.
all right. Okay, you
Thing.
got fucked out of your lease. Go ahead.
But now that I'm going over it in my head, it was probably rightfully so.
I mean, I didn't have to go over it with my head. The fact that you told me that story,
Yeah,
I knew. No, you didn't get fucked over. You probably fucked that place up.
yeah. In hindsight, you're right.
In theory, if this was a true story, yes, you probably fucked it up.
Yeah, well, she had us by the balls regardless. We couldn't really do much about it.
Now you reach it.
Yeah, I mean, but dude, still a better landlord than my first landlord here.
Oh, boy.
Remember that guy? Fucking
God, dude.
and that girlfriend of his.
What's the? I don't even know.
Dude
It was
was
a
like-
girlfriend thing.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know what.
Well,
Richard-
it's about as much of a girlfriend as something in that situation can be. The dude was
100%.
like
100%.
54, she was 24 or something like that. She was just along for the money and everything. Like it's
The
obvious.
money.
It's obvious.
The guy just owns a couple rentals.
Well, yeah, he's slumlording it. Why do you think he's running around with a dumb 24
I know,
year
but
old?
in it for the money. That bitch.
That is not woke.
Cut that part out.
That bitch.
That chick.
Yeah.
The expectation was the bar was set pretty low. That's all I'm saying. But
I would have hit it.
that was the least of the problems.
Yes. No.
We encountered much deeper issues on that road.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the thing is like he never.
Spider-Man children.
Yeah. How about the fucking chick, the crazy crackhead chick? Oh, you don't remember, dude? So this is where I was getting at with shitty roommate, or I mean shitty landlords and like leases and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know where you're going.
So we never had to worry about anything monetarily with this guy. Like he was pretty straight up. We got our deposit back because we didn't fuck up the house or anything, and we were more responsible.
Yeah.
You know, no one wants to be homeless in Colorado and have to go back to fucking, where they started.
Naturally.
Anyway, he would occasionally hire these independent contractors who were very unlicensed and always kind of just a really sketchy, seething type. You could tell that like they like drugs, but not fun drugs, like trying to run from things drugs.
Drugs.
Yeah, drugs. But so he hired this dude, and I had seen him a million times. Really cool guy. Only this time he was coming over to do drywall in some of the open units that he was trying to rent out at the time, and then he sent one of the crackhead chicks that were there over to our place to finish putting the molding on the side or on the base of the walls and shit.
Yeah, I don't want to interrupt you.
Yeah, but you will, and you did.
You said finish. There was Finnish. Was there also Swedish? Go ahead.
I hope you die. I hope you die on the way home.
I had to say something. For some reason, I heard Finnish. I'm like, this is going to be a terrible fucking joke. I need to just ruin your story. I apologize. Sorry.
It's okay, I guess. God, dude, I hope God takes you young.
Oh, well, I got time.
Anyway, this lady comes over, and first let me just describe her real quick. Black and grayish mullet. Very, very stocky, built like a refrigerator. Just like she looked like a linebacker, but she was only like 5'5", and just looking tattered. That's the best way to describe this woman. She just looked very tattered. So
were the clothes tattered?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, like cigarette burns and stains and all that kind of weird shit. So she's working in the living room. I come home, and her weird looking sister. She had this weird, creepy sister that like didn't say anything, but she was working with her in the living room. I come home, and I've got a couple of jugs of this grain alcohol that a friend of mine was making, and he wanted to like fence boxes of it and shit. And you know me at the time, I was just trying to get into a little bit of everything. And
I don't recall that time. I just remember us being friends. Continue.
Fair enough. Thank you. Hey, that's cool. And I'm going to need you whenever those days in court start coming up.
What's your name again?
Alejandro.
That was the joke. That's what I would say when they asked me to appear in court with you. Go ahead.
Good man. Anyway, I go in the kitchen. I'm just like, hey, how's it going? They're like, hey, how's it going? Normal shit. I go in the kitchen and I pour a shot of the fucking moonshine shit, and I take a drink of it. I'm like, all right, this is pretty good. Everything like that. I go downstairs for like 5 minutes. I think I like changed I changed out of my work clothes, and I come upstairs. The stocky linebacker bitch is in the middle of the kitchen with the jug turned up. She's just fucking sucking down moonshine. And she takes like half of this jug down, which, dude, even at the level I was drinking at, that would have put me the fuck down. So she puts the jug down, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? And she was like, oh, I figured, you just left it out for everybody. And I was like, bitch, what? That's money. I was like, you just drank a bunch of money. And so she loses all of her faculties very quickly.
Well, naturally.
Like, in a matter of moments, she was slurring her speech, not making any sense, and she kept asking me to like show her my room, and I was like, no, I'd feel more comfortable if you stayed up here and you finished your fucking work.
Sounds like a Me Too moment, but go ahead.
I got Me Too'd. Wait till you hear the rest.
Well, that's
fucking
what I was. Yeah. I mean, you're getting Me Too'd right now.
So her weird sister starts getting like uppity and is just like, yo, get your ass back over here. We need to go to the other unit and help out so-and-so. It also turns out that stocky linebacker bitch was married to the cool maintenance guy in the other building. Well, she gets in this big blow up fight with her sister, and I'm like, guys, get out of my house. At this point, I don't care about the work that needs to be done. I'm just like, get out of my house. And so the sister leaves the crazy drunk one, who's not making any sense at this point, leaves her in my apartment. And as I'm trying to push the sister out, I'm literally like, I've got my hands on her shoulders, and I'm like, you need to go. And I'm walking towards the door. As I'm walking towards the door, the fucking maintenance guy and the sister hop in a truck together and drive off. And so now this drunk crazy bitch is marooned in my apartment.
Yeah.
So I'm calling the landlord, and he's just not answering the phone. He thinks it's funny. He was like texting me like LOL and ha 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 and like all this shit, because I guess the maintenance guy called him and was like, my wife's drunk in that fucking guy's house, and I don't know, God knows what they're doing. He ended up showing me the voicemails later on, and like this guy thought that like I got her drunk and we were just in there like fooling around, which if you could see us a comparison side by side, Jesus Christ, dude. I mean, I walk away and I walk around on a 9. I'm a 9 on a bad day.
Wait.
And
a 9 out of what?
37. But
I can go with that. You're a 9 out of 37? Yeah, all right. I mean, out of 10, I think you need to slow down. But go ahead.
This chick is just rough, dude, and it would never happen. And I'm trying to get her out of the house and everything. She starts like punching the walls, and then she gets down on all fours, starts crawling around and like barking and stuff. And she's kicking the couch. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to call the police or something.
Was it all the alcohol?
Yes.
You think?
Yeah, and not only that,
I'm saying, do you think she was on anything besides that? Or
pews.
Oh, gotcha.
Pews.
Pews.
Because before anything even happened, I overheard
she
them.
was pewed.
Yeah. I overheard them talking about, like, you know how addicts are just like, oh, how many do you have left? And then the other chick was like, I got enough to last through the day. And there was like a small argument beforehand.
No.
About, yeah,
Richard.
about pews.
Oh,
So
you nailed it. That was a pew conversation.
Yeah, so she was on pews and moonshine. Moonshine. And
Pewshine, dude.
Reese Witherspoonshine.
Pewshine.
What? Pewshine?
Pewshine.
Oh, okay. I don't get it. What are you saying? I know you're signaling, but like just...
I'm saying Pewshine should be the name of this episode.
Oh, okay, cool, yeah.
God, all right.
Well, I didn't know you were just pointing at the monitor.
Hey, Pewshine, like, this thing should be called this. This episode should be called this.
Okay, you could have just said that.
Yeah, but I know we're gonna have to cut this whole part out because
we're not cutting anything out. This is live-ish.
But that would have been gold, Jerry.
Oh my God, you're gold.
That's
Tony
a Seinfeld
Boy.
reference. So
yeah, I
just
got it.
Settle down.
You said Jerry.
May have got it, but people listening may not have got it. The 10 people that are listening may not have got it.
10 people. Try 20. But anyway, so okay. Lady, all right, let's back up. The lady's drunk. Yeah. She's on pews. She is on the floor, crawling around, barking and kicking my couch. So at this point, I'm like, I'm going to call the police, but then I'm like, well, I can't do that because allegedly there's guns and drugs and, illegal moonshine and shit in the house. There's too much going on at the house to call the police.
It was a mess at the time.
Yeah, I wasn't as organized.
We didn't have brooms to clean up, let's say, vacuums. Yeah. A bit of a mess.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing for someone to come over and visit.
Yeah.
It needed to be cleaned up. Couldn't do it.
Yeah, exactly. Couldn't do it.
There wasn't enough time.
Nope, not at all. And the housekeeper was fucked up. So basically what happens then is I'm trying to think, and I keep calling the landlord. I go outside and I'm leaving another voicemail. I go back inside. Now the bitch is naked in the living room, still barking, still kicking the couch.
Telling me this.
And at this point, my roommate came home, who I had been feuding with for a while, and we hadn't spoken to each other. We hadn't spoken to each other in like weeks. I mean, literally weeks.
I mean, he was doing those VR car races at the time. Maybe he was distracted.
And I was also a drunk fucking prick to be around. So like it was tough.
Were you?
Yeah. I said and did a lot of shit that
I
like
never
provoked.
really got that whole thing from you.
Maybe it's because towards the wee hours of the night, maybe I got progressively worse, and that's when a lot of these incidences happened and stuff.
Are you
like
saying
that.
I wasn't around? I would typically ninja vanish prior.
Yeah, you did a lot
but
of.
I've known
British
you for
goodbyes.
Dog. I've known you for
6 years.
6 years.
Yeah.
All right.
I always held my shit together around you.
All right.
You give Daddy that
Never
confidence. Either way,
I'll be real. Yeah, I'm just saying I never really saw that, but go ahead.
No, and I appreciate that. That's actually one of the things. Whenever I was making my rounds and calling people after I had gotten the booze out of my system, I was calling people and just being like, "Hey, I'm sorry if I ever did anything." The number one thing I always got was, "Dude, we didn't even know you were drunk." So I guess I held my shit together a little bit better than I thought.
I think so. I mean, I never really noticed a lot. We've never really had like a.
Yeah, we never got
kind of like
sloppy.
Or like an issue like where like I don't know.
Oh yeah, we've never even argued or anything.
No, I don't think so. I mean, no, we definitely disagree on things.
Yeah, true. But
Roe v. Wade, no.
So okay, all right. So she's butt naked on the fucking floor, kicking the couch and barking still. My roommate pulls up. I run outside and I'm like, dude, and he's like, what? And I'm like, I was like, I know we've had some issues and everything like that, but we have an actual problem. We're gonna have to team up.
I remember he steps up in this story, right? Yes,
big time.
Yep,
so he's like, what's the deal?
Yep.
And I was like, so the crazy people that I shouldn't say that. I almost said the dude's name. Landlord hired. That the landlord hired. I was like, one of the workers is drunk and naked and doing weird, incoherent shit on our living room floor. And he's like, "Did you fuck her?" Immediately. And I was like, "No." I was like, "Wait until you see this, dude." So we go inside and he's like, "Ugh." And so we go back.
He said that?
He said, "Ugh." And so we went back outside.
Okay, it's bad if he's saying that.
We went back outside and he's like, what the fuck are we going to do? And we concoct this thing where like, we're going to go inside the door. We're going to go inside the house. We're going to close and lock all the windows first. And then I went down in my room and I got like a big ass t-shirt from like where we used to work. And I went upstairs. The plan was we were going to tell her that we had to leave to go pick up Skylar because he was drunk at a bar and being hassled by the police. And they said that if we took him home, he could go home. That was the lie.
Okay.
And so she's like, "Oh, I'll ride with you guys and like I'll tell the cops what's what." And like she's starting to come to a little bit. And so we go outside and everything like that. We lock the doors. We jump into my roommate's car without her in it and we just leave.
Well, I would hope so.
We just leave and we stay gone for a couple of hours. He and I went to that bar that we always used to go down to and play pool. We stayed there for like 2-3 hours. And we go back, and of course she's gone. And it was fucking cold outside too. She had like shorts and that.
Where'd she
t-shirt
go?
on. This is okay. So
did she have a cell phone?
No.
Oh
No.
boy,
She didn't have a
what
cell
happened
phone.
there? All right,
So she was not doing well in life in general.
it didn't sound like it. You didn't, yeah.
So we go home, and she's gone. And then a couple days later, the landlord, he's back at the properties because he's showing some people that wanted to rent next door. He comes over and he's like, "So, did you have fun the other day?" And I was like, "Yo, dude, if you ever do that again, I'm going to call the cops." I was like, "I'm going to call the cops. That's fucked up. You don't ever do that again." He's like, "I don't think you have to worry about it because, like, that night she got arrested because she went and she was holding up traffic and yelling at cars and fucking starting fights with people, so the cops arrested her." So,
Yeah, I could see that.
fucking got put away.
That street was bizarre, dog.
Yeah.
I mean, remember that one night we were sitting out there, some lawn chairs. It was two just separate apartments, kind of.
Yeah.
The other people were kind of out there.
Yeah. They were cool, man.
And there was fucking kids, like fucking young kids, popping wheelies on dirt bikes,
Being bad
riding,
kids,
ripping up
too.
and down the road. I remember this one dude, pretty young, across the street, was walking that way because some dude like a block away was complaining it was too loud down there.
Oh, yeah.
And the kid pulled out a fucking gun and showed it to him.
Yeah.
And the other older dude just fucking walked away. Like, all right, well, this is what we're doing, dude. Like,
Yep.
I mean, we didn't really have a problem there. We could still
Well,
hang out
no.
in the front porch or not porch. It was just the front grass.
Well, there was like so many of us, and also
and
like
just hang out.
they saw some people that they didn't want to fuck with coming in and out of that
Well,
house.
to be fair, if this was a fake
Yeah.
instance or a fable, which is this what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
there was there's probably people with everyone.
Yeah.
I think we were all holding those things in our hands. So
Yeah, we had a lot of machinery.
yeah. So I guess that was probably a good thing. But no one really ever fucked with us.
No, not at all. Even the sketchy
But it was
people,
it was a turned up place.
Yeah,
I'll tell
definitely.
you fucking that.
The whole street, dude.
Oh,
and,
man,
dude,
there's fights all over the place all the time for no reason.
Yeah. You
I don't
mentioned it
know.
earlier, but the Spider-Man kid.
Spider-Man kid.
This kid was a terror. He was like, he had to have been like 8 or 9, something like that.
Yeah,
But this kid was
probably.
going down a dark
It's hard
road.
to say. Yeah.
And it was a single mom, and she worked all the time. So this kid was literally just like out, left to his own devices, and he would do nothing but walk around hitting people's cars with sticks and just swearing his head off, yelling and swearing.
He was on his own thing, man.
That kid needed a dad, like pronto.
Well,
I remember. Dude,
I mean, that just wasn't gonna happen.
well, he hit this guy's car one time. He threw something at a car as the guy was turning out of that dead end street that he lived on. The guy was turning out, and the kid hit the car with something. The guy got out of the car and was like, "Dude, I'm sick of you doing this shit every fucking day," and starts like just blasting this kid. And the mom comes outside and is like, "Don't yell at my son. He's got problems." And like, I was like, "That's exactly where he gets it." She pacifies.
Well, she's got to police those problems
That's what I'm saying.
because it ain't my fucking problem that your kid has problems.
No, not at all. And I mean, I hate to say this,
You know
but
what I
like,
mean? Like-
actually, I don't care. But I hated that kid. Some kids I just hate. Not all kids are cool.
Dude, I've met very few kids that are maybe cool. I wouldn't even consider them cool.
But just like tolerable.
Like, yeah, but that's usually blood relatives. I have to be cool
Exactly.
with them. So yeah, they're
Exactly.
cool. Yeah. I'm not saying I have to be cool with them, but I'm saying like there's more of a connection there.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I see a fucking stupid kid on the street. Like,
Yeah.
I want to,
Yeah, you get an erection, but you keep driving.
No, I'm saying,
I'm sorry.
that-
My bad.
fair enough. No, like, you want to fucking get. I don't have time for this fucking
Yeah.
this stuff. Like,
I hate to be like
move along, dude.
I deal with a lot of like fucking drunkards at my job, and like
Right.
the number one thing is some of these older ladies and older gentlemen, they always want to like quit hitting the fucking mic. I saw that.
Can I just drink my water? Just tell her your stupid story.
Let
Go
me
ahead.
tell you something right now.
God,
You do that again, dude. It's a contract.
like I'm looking for. Hopefully, it ruined your story, but go ahead.
Anyway, and it kind of did. I don't remember where I was.
Perfect.
Oh, but people at work, they try to show you pictures of their kids, and then like I have to place. I have to
is that where you're
plaster-
going? I wasn't listening. Anymore.
I have to plaster this stupid smile on my face, but I don't care. I don't want to see your kids.
That's the thing.
I don't want to see your kids.
Yeah. You have to pretend.
Yeah, dude.
Like if someone's showing you the picture of their kids and stuff, or they're bringing their kids into work or something.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do? I'm getting out of here. I don't want to fucking pretend your fucking kid's cool or something.
No,
Oh,
not at
this
all.
is fucking baby Einstein or some shit.
No, it isn't.
Oh, it's gonna cure cancer.
Is he?
World peace is no, none of
Really?
that shit's gonna happen. They're gonna be working some shitty job. Great. Fucking what do I know about this baby? This baby's got I don't know its future. How am I supposed to be appreciative of this baby? A baby could pop out of anywhere.
be
It
the
might
next-
as well just be growing a fucking garden of babies.
It could be the next Hitler.
Sure, that's what I'm saying, but like, it's not like, the baby thing is like some fucking exclusive club.
Yeah.
Babies could be made like planting a fucking
At
seed.
will.
Fucking throw that thing in the dirt and it's fucking popping up in 9 months,
That's why you always got to leave it on the small of the back, or at least work on the timing. Because that's another thing too. A lot of people are just like, oh, it just happened by accident. Did it?
No, I don't.
Did
buy
it?
that. I don't buy that. That's. No.
I don't want to jinx myself, but I've been going for 31 years, and I've been alive, or I shouldn't say I've been going for 31 years, but been
I
alive.
would hope that's not true.
Been alive long enough and had enough experiences to where, like, I feel like the tactics, if you pay attention and you don't get lazy, you don't have to worry about that kind of shit. But
Yeah, in a perfect world, I'm sure there's outliers, but yeah, I mean,
my dad always used to tell me that my
oh boy.
my mom got pregnant with me because he pulled out of her butt and it leaked down.
Okay,
That was like something he used to say to me a lot.
I mean,
We have a similar sense of humor.
yeah, he's probably not wrong.
And I did see you hit the mic again, you fucking nobody.
Okay. Well, I know you saw it at the time. I thought you were just trying to be respectful, because I laughed at it a little bit, and then I was like, "Oh, he's not going to acknowledge it," but you had to acknowledge it again. What do you want me to do, dog? I got a fucking huge 1.5 liter fucking water bottle. I'm trying to drink
So do
out of.
I. And it's right here
It's right. Where is it?
on a desk.
Oh, yeah. To what side of the microphone?
Stage right.
There's no room for me to put a fucking water bottle on the side so I don't swipe this fucking mic.
Well, true, and I don't want you putting it on here because then it'll just pick up on the mic and it'll make Daddy mad.
So shut the fuck up.
Fair enough.
I'll hit this mic, but I'm trying to get a sip of water.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. We're gonna dead this mic issue. It's buried. Speaking of 31 years though, Daddy had a birthday yesterday.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The big 5'8".
Yeah.
I'm wearing it well.
Well.
But
There's
dude,
always up for interpretation, but
yeah, fair enough. Thanks.
yeah.
But now that I'm like, I keep like every year I get older, I keep like being like, maybe I should get a dog or something, because I don't plan on having kids or anything, but I kind of want like something, to occupy me. But
Well, yeah, it's a big responsibility, Richard.
I know you gotta feed it, you gotta water it,
Yeah. You gotta
you gotta water
make
it.
sure it gets enough sunlight.
Gotta train him for the fights. Make that money back.
All right, Michael Vick, settle down.
Machael.
That might be an old fucking reference now.
Yeah, we're dating ourselves with that one.
I might be dating myself with saying Michael Vick jokes.
I date you.
There's no soundboard for car crashes right now, Richard. You got to really hold off on that till the next.
Yeah.
Give it time. Hold the fucking duds.
We
until,
just have to kill for an hour like straight, and then next week we'll come through with all the bombs and failures. Which there will be plenty, I'm sure.
Oh, I don't know. I think quite a few bombs.
Yeah, fuck you. But dude, this is also today's the anniversary of the longest I've ever been single. I've been single for a full year now, which is nice.
Ooh.
And
glad we're talking about this on the podcast. Go ahead.
Yeah, but no, it was just something I was thinking about today because I was like, but no, it's going somewhere. Like the reason I bring
no,
that
I was
up,
talking about this. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, you keep doing it.
I'm trying to get comfortable. I apologize.
No, you're trying to incite chaos.
Okay, no, 1 year single story.
And basically, what I was getting down to is that this has been the most productive year of my life.
You might be onto something there.
Like it was an epiphany this morning. I woke up and I'm just like, oh shit, yeah, I've been single for a year, but like also, holy shit, like I quit drinking, which was making me horrible, and then like I quit a fucking terrible job that was making me horrible. I quit a relationship that was like, both parties were unhappy, and so, and now like fast forward a year, shit's way better.
I would agree with you on that. Like, yeah, I mean, I think you're totally in a better spot. For sure.
Absolutely.
Hands down, man. Yeah. I guess it's just happens so gradually you don't really acknowledge it, maybe.
And the time flies,
You're right.
man.
Yeah, you ain't wrong about that. Dude, we've known each other for 6 years?
Yeah, that's
6 years, Richard?
Yeah, it doesn't feel like that.
6 years?
Yeah, that's weird,
I
man.
feel like I'm fucking 21, dude.
Well, you look 19.
You're not wrong about that.
We're aging well.
We're doing all right.
Yeah.
I think,
the genetic dice roll
we
was
could
kind of
probably pull off a
young Laurel and Hardy.
chain-smoking 22-year-old at this point.
Yeah, that's I like that, yeah.
You know? I think we're doing all right.
It's
in that department, at least. But, yeah, I agree with you. I think, yes, you have, definitely a much better spot. We could never do this at the old place.
No, we tried. I mean,
there was a lot of reasons, I think. I think this place is much better. I don't want to get into this in the podcast. I think this is like,
Yeah, it is kind of hacky, but I just thought...
I'm not saying it's hacky. I just think that's,
life shit.
No. I think that's just stuff we should talk about. I mean...
That's fair. It's not...
I don't want to go into... I
want to give a part of myself to the public.
Sure. I don't want to go into that.
Because basically, all in all, all I wanted to say was that if you're in a tough spot in life, if you're in a relationship that's like, even if you're just on the fence about whether or not it's okay, give yourself some time, work on yourself, be who it is you want to see in the mirror versus what you're seeing and what you're reacting to, because life's fucking short. We're getting older. Everybody's getting older. Yeah. We're all going to die soon. What do you want to be, a fucking miserable nobody for the rest of your life? Fucking do something about it. That's it.
No, and I didn't mean to say it like that. I meant like, I don't want to be, I want to give you my honest opinion. Like,
yeah,
as a friend, I don't want to be on mic when I'm telling you this shit.
Oh, I see. Just being...
I don't like to pour my fucking emotions out on some fucking...
Candid Adam.
No. I mean, yeah. You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
Like,
no, I feel
that's something better served just between me and you. Like how I agree with you 100% everything you just said. I was just, I want to share my, whatever.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
I love you, dude. You're a good man.
Yeah, whatever. Just settle down.
Fair enough. Oh, dude. Fucking... So I had an awesome birthday. Everybody was super cool, and like it was just a really good day.
You had to work on your birthday.
Well, I chose to work on my birthday just because like nothing was going down on a Thursday, so like who cares? No. But like a fan of the show came by the shop and like gave me a joint and shit. It was like happy birthday, and then one of my other buddies I work with, he like drove to the shop just to like say happy birthday and shit.
Was it a Rudy Giuliani joint?
Yeah, right. It came right out of his asshole. But no, I mean, it was just an awesome day and everything. So shout out to Martin for being a badass. I love you, dude. And just
Steve Martin or Martin Lawrence?
Martin Lawrence.
Okay.
But no, it was just it was a badass day. But I woke up. The only marred portion of my birthday was I woke up and fucking Bobo unfollowed me on Twitter.
You did?
Yeah, dude.
I know, Richard. What happened?
I mentioned him coming on the show again because we're about to have that new interface and I'll be able to take calls and shit.
You gotta play that right, Richard.
Well, who gives a fuck?
I mean, what am I talking about? It's fucking Bobo.
It's fucking Bobo. Who cares? Yeah, I got unfollowed by Trainable.
Just, okay, yeah, let him do his thing.
But anyway, I just mentioned it, and then he unfollowed me and everything. So I hit him up on the messages, and I was like, well, at the very least, I'm gonna try to get some material for the show. So I hit him up. I'm like, yo, what's the deal? So he unfollowed me. No response. So I don't know. Weird guy. I guess we'll see. The future will.
How is this shocking to you, Richard?
It's not shocking at all. It was just kind of funny.
You gotta get. I don't know.
It was a real kick in the shorts to the ego. But anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, I was at the dispensary today. Holy crap. They got this new like super hot bud tender. This like redheaded chick. I was like, "Oh my god, dude. Like I'd stab you to death in front of your mother to say good morning to this chick."
I feel like that's a waste.
Dude,
why would you just do that just to say that to someone?
I just wanted you to know.
I mean,
this chick was
unless she's worth
hot.
billions of dollars. Okay, I get that.
Billions of dollars?
Yeah.
I don't think.
What?
If I killed you, it wouldn't cost me billions of dollars.
No, I'm saying it would cost you billions of dollars. I'm saying like.
So what you saying?
I had something there. I don't know. I lost it. Go ahead.
The fuck did you have?
I can't remember. I was trying to think of something. I had it, and then you brought up this, that.
I know. It just popped into my head, and I was like, oh, I forgot to tell Adam about this mega hot bud tender I saw. But anyway, that was just
no. I know. I got it. Like, did you take a creepy picture of her just to be a fucking creep?
No.
No. Okay.
That wouldn't have been nice. I did cut off a piece of her hair.
Really can't vouch for your story then. So
no, I cut off a piece of her hair. I'm gonna make a voodoo doll later.
Okay, braid it.
Yeah,
unbraid it. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be tasteful.
All right.
But oh, dude, speaking of fucking cigarettes and stuff like that, like we were talking about smoking indoors earlier. I was smoking at work, and I'm on like you get very few breaks as you've seen like when we've been on the phone with each other. Like it's just a high volume place. It's do a lot of sales and shit.
Well, yeah, and you're working by yourself. I mean,
yeah, and dude, easy job, awesome job, and the people I work for are fucking perfect. But I'm on my smoke break there, and like, it's like I get small like little 2-minute increments to like take a stogie down if I want. So I'm halfway through a Turkish Royal, and this fucking butthole comes in, and he's like, "Hey, man," and he's just standing there at the counter yelling at me, and I'm just like, "What?" He's like, "Come here," and so I'm like, "Fuck, all right." So I stub my cigarette out and I throw it away. I go in there. He's like, "You guys sell Juul pods?" Dude, I almost fucking snapped. You had to put your cigarette out for that. So I went in there, and this is what I did. I was like, "No, we don't sell Juul pods." And I took the fucking cigarettes out, and I went to hand him one. And he was like, no, man, those things aren't cool. And just walks out. Cigarettes aren't cool? Juul pods aren't cool.
Those things aren't cool. Look. Cigarettes are a lot fucking cooler.
Yes.
I mean, that's a bad thing to say.
It's okay. I think the majority of people listening to this show are consenting adults.
Okay. Well, just don't smoke. But
unless you want,
cigarettes are way fucking cooler than smoking a fucking.
And they make you look.
I don't even know if it's cooler. I don't even care if it's cooler. I'd rather smoke a cigarette than be on a piece of electricity.
Yes.
Vaping this stuff.
I'd rather smoke a dick than have one of those fucking Juul things hanging out of my mouth.
Okay. I mean, ooh, yeah. I'm shocked.
Anyway, but
I had something there. I'm sorry. There was a joke there about.
Save your bombs for next week. God damn it. But, dude, at least, like, cigarette packaging is more straight up with you. You know, you might get cancer. Yeah. You might get cancer. If you fuck around with them, you might get cancer.
You do it long enough, maybe something will linger.
You might get a little cancer.
Yeah.
You might get a little cancer.
You give it 30 years, 35 years.
40, 50 years.
70 years.
Yeah, 85 years you might get cancer.
Yeah, you broach that century mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, maybe something's gonna happen to you.
Who the fuck wants to be 120 anyway?
Nah.
But at least they're straight up with you. They're not going to give you some kind of weird fucking lung disease.
Yep.
Which, in all reality, I should say, like, at least the CDC linked it to, like, illegal THC cartridges and shit.
That is fair.
And it was E-acetate that was causing it.
Vitamin E.
Yeah. So basically just what makes the, it thickens the oil, essentially. But, yeah, it just really pissed me the fuck off, dude. Like, and to be like, no, cigarettes aren't cool and march out like that, it made me want to choke him to death.
Well, we all have dreams, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, and speaking of, dude, fucking Colorado in general just can't seem to stay out of trouble. You know how we were talking about, like, the guy who shut himself in that house and fucked over the homeowner during that shootout with the police? Last week. The shoplifter. Remember the court ruled that, like, the county wasn't responsible?
Oh, yeah. That didn't
house.
happen last week, but the ruling did, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Sorry. But, so on this was like late October to early November. This 27-year-old dude in Pueblo just got arrested for plotting to blow up a synagogue.
I did see that as well.
Yeah, dude. And so basically what happened was he was like posting all this radical, like, white power shit on the internet. And I'm guessing it's probably on the Chans or something like that. He was probably fucking around with those miscreants. But he ends up being contacted by these two undercover FBI guys who were posing as white supremacists as well. And they're like, yeah, we're local guys. We can meet up and fucking talk about shit. And so he ends up meeting these guys at some place. And he tells the two undercover guys that he paid a Mexican cook to hex a synagogue and also to poison the water with arsenic. Like, he said that this guy went and put arsenic in the water pipes, which how would you do that anyway? Like, as far as...
Where are you reading this?
This was on The Guardian. But
The Guardian?
Yeah, this was on The Guardian. But fucking... So essentially what I'm getting to is that eventually he starts telling these guys about all this shit that he did. And I thought it was really funny because it's a white supremacist using voodoo and shit like that.
That is weird.
But yeah, you never hear about that.
Yeah, that's really bizarre.
So he tells the undercover guys he has this plan to blow up the synagogue. And so they're like, oh, we know a guy who can sell us some explosives. And so in true fashion, or true, like, undercover bad movie fashion, they all meet this guy who supposedly sells explosives at a motel. And while he's there purchasing the dummy explosives, because they're just fake shit, he gets arrested. And in his backpack, there was, like, a mask, a knife, and a copy of Mein Kampf. But he just had his hearing today, and he's like, I think he's facing like 20 years.
Wait, they
Something like
found a
that.
mask, a knife, and Mein Kampf in his trunk or something?
No, in a backpack he had. Because he was like, as soon as I buy the explosives, I want to do it tonight.
Oh, okay. So he's like trying to leave his legacy or some garbage or something.
He's an edgelord.
Okay, he's a
fucking edgelord.
Seems like an edgelord.
I'm sorry, but if you're carrying around a knife, Mein Kampf, and a mask, you're not scary. You're just edgy.
You're trying to be an edgelord.
Oh boy, but yeah, he got in a little bit of he's in a little bit of Dutch, but he had a second ruling today, so I need to see what happened with him. Fucking turd.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that.
But we're just like living in a weird fucking simulation. It feels like. Did you see that new Project Veritas video?
ABC?
Or CBS?
No, it's ABC.
Was it? I thought it was CBS. Granted, I mean, same piece of the same giant, but you want me to goggle it?
Well, I don't care if you Google it, but if someone listening is Googling it, they're going to find out I happen to be right.
Oh, okay.
And Richard happens to be wrong calling it CBS. It's ABC.
What did I tell you about doxing me?
What? I said Richard.
I think I've said my full name.
I didn't say your real name.
I think I've said my full name several times on the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. On accident. Just I almost outed my my landlord. But
well,
that was crazy because, like, it's instead of being like, okay, this video exists now and like clearly we're the assholes, they double down on the ignorance and they fire a staffer who they believed to be the leaker. They weren't even like
Correct.
fucking sure.
Yep.
Why, if it already exists and all this shit already exists, the guy's already dead. Just be like, yeah, okay, we were as a media outlet, they could have shown all that shit and they could have been honest and upfront and been like, yeah, we were under a lot of pressure from this dude. They could have put all the blame on this dead guy and saved face. But no. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. Like, it's almost 2020. Like, we're fucking ahead of all that bullshit. Just be upfront.
Yeah. Fucking A, dude.
Jesus Christ, dude.
I know. You're right.
Pissing me right off. But I don't know, man. I love to read the news and I love keeping up on current events and everything like that because it does feel like you're living in this dystopian reality. But sometimes it just gets frustrating. You're like, God damn it, dude, we're never going to make that leap forward.
I mean, I think that's how everyone, unless you're ultra rich, that's how everyone feels in life. Of course, it feels like a bit of a simulation at times. Because, sometimes art imitates life.
Right.
You don't think that's something... Or no, life imitates art.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry,
okay.
I said that wrong. That's why I paused for a second.
We smoke weed. It's okay. It's permissible to make a few errors.
Yeah, sometimes you experience like this, life imitating art. You're like, oh, like, is this like some weird shit like you see in movies? Not like even that. I don't know. I know what you're saying. Like, yeah,
it's fun, but it's like sometimes it's just depressing. You're like, God damn it, man.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? It should be depressing to a certain degree.
I'm just going to keep watching the show and fucking...
No, I mean, it should be depressing to a certain degree.
I mean, this show basically is like a... It's basically like if you watch a show and then you go and listen to a show where people talk about the show you're watching. Life is the show, man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's okay. I'm going to hang myself tonight. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. Well.
Dude, I swear to God, though, my fucking thoughts sometimes, like, especially when I'm in traffic...
You gonna Epstein yourself?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm going to Epstein myself. There's marks around the
I guess
neck.
that wouldn't be considered Epsteining yourself.
True, I'd have to...
You'd have to have someone kill you.
Yeah.
And frame it as a hanging.
Yeah, I could always see if... Speaking of, I could always see if, Skylar's up to it.
Yeah, it's possible.
What are you doing?
What's up, guys?
Hey, bud. Fucking Skylar just came crawling in on all fours.
Go get some cans.
Oh, nice. We went to Five Guys today, and Adam got the fucking fuck around on his card later.
Yeah.
Got charged double or what?
No, he just got popped off on.
Yeah, my card got frozen.
Oh.
Somebody skimmed his numbers, and now they're fucking buying shit in Southeast Asia.
No, they froze it. So like
for that $80 wallet.
Oh shit.
No, it had to be. Well, you can't swipe your fucking wallet on a card machine, can you?
Maybe.
I don't know. He's,
Certain machines, I don't know.
Are you machinologist?
but
Yeah.
but like I was saying, like I was saying though, like I was in traffic today, and just like kind of you're just watching people go about their shit, and I start wondering, like, as I'm passing cars on the other lane, shit like that, I'm like, I wonder how many of these people have killed someone. I just start wondering, like,
I mean,
how many times have I been stopped at a light next to a murderer? It's
Weird thing to think about.
it's fractions of a percent probably.
Yeah.
it's just one of those things, your mind takes you to crazy places.
But that's the thing.
Never know.
You do never
what they
know.
would look like.
Oh, you don't know anything.
are.
You don't. Yep. You don't
That's
know any of
fair.
that.
Some crazy shit.
It could be the.
Getting canes.
All right, well, enjoy your meal.
Thanks. Tell me what to do.
Whatever, dude. Wear your seatbelt.
We'll see.
Don't get caned out, dude.
Well, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing.
Oh man, I love me some Skylar.
I thought you were gonna say canes.
He's a sweet boy. I love Canes too, but not as much as I love Skylar.
I mean, Canes is all right. Skylar's way
It's
better than Canes. But...
Wait, it's not Canes. It's the chicken store now.
Oh, that's right. The chicken store. No,
They sell chicken and bread. That is it.
Skylar's definitely way cooler than Canes. I'll just say that.
Canes.
I mean, I can get fried chicken anywhere. What am I gonna do in my life?
Ooh yeah. That's good root beer. Dude, I was really going to bring this up last week because it's a topic like I was thinking about recently. And I know that a lot of people have dealt with it, but I don't think
Constipation.
I don't think there's a clear-cut answer. And there's also not a safe way to approach this this dilemma. But have you ever dealt with a chick that had a really smelly pussy and needed to communicate it?
Yes. High school, for sure.
Okay.
High school, for sure.
Now, did you bring it up or...
It was tough, man.
Because I
you had to make subtle hints. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta at some point you gotta call their bluff.
Exactly, and that's when it gets dangerous.
Or their muff. Call their muff. I'm sorry. Now that's a joke.
I like that. That's good.
It's a terrible joke. Don't laugh. Go ahead.
I can't help it. It's fucking funny. But yeah, same thing. Dropped hints, and I mean, normally I would have just like been straight up like, "Yo, dude," like right off the bat, I would have said something like, "You got to do something about that." But I had been dating this chick for like 5 years, and it was one of those
5 years of stinky pussy.
No. It was a recent development.
Well,
like
why would it develop all of a sudden?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I didn't know if maybe it was a hygiene thing or if there was something going on down there I wasn't aware of that I needed to know about. So I'm just like, all right, like after a couple of times of encountering it, this happened like in the last year we were together. After a couple of times of encountering it, I started dropping hints like, you know, like we'd get home or something like that, and like I knew we were about to start fugging and whatnot, and I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna take a shower real quick, which I mean doesn't really make a lot of sense if you're just gonna go fugging. But I'd be like, yeah, you want to get in the shower? I was like, yo, you want to get in the shower with me, fool around or something like that. Just always trying to like, to bring in some kind of sanitation.
I hear you. Yep, you want to get some kind of spritz going on.
Yeah, and that worked for.
Gotcha.
That worked maybe a couple of times before I was like, no, go ahead, I'll just wait for you, whatever. And so I'm like, fuck, all right. So eventually, I just broke down, and I was just like, we were laying in bed one time, and I was just like, yo, have you noticed like your pussy smells really bad? I was like, is there something going on? And of course, I should have worded it way better. But
I mean, here's the thing. She has to know that it stinks.
That's what I thought. And I'm like, this is disrespectful that I have to be the one to bring it up.
That's what she thought. I don't care what excuse she gave you. She knew her fucking pussy stank. Dude, unless
there was no
she
excuse.
Had no smell in her nose, she knew her fucking pussy stank, and she was trying to just fucking ignore it.
Well, dude, that's what I'm saying.
If there's chicks out there listening to this, you know if your pussy stinks. I know if my fucking balls stink.
Me too.
You know if your fucking pussy stinks, and there's people listening.
Yes.
Well, there's women listening, maybe one, that knows what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They know their pussy stinks. That person.
There are people out there dealing with this shit.
Was not in denial of the pussy stank. She knew it. Well, I guess she was in denial, but she knew her pussy stank.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, and that's what I'm saying is that it's not.
You cannot be.
You couldn't ignore it. Put it that way.
If you can't ignore it, how do you live with that?
Yeah. Well, dude, and then she'd go down on me and stuff like that, and then want the same thing in return. And I'm like, because that's what really brought it up. That's what really brought it up. Is one day I had just been fed up.
You gotta be like, your pussy stinks.
I had been fed up, and I was like, God damn, I'm sick of going down there and having to do the first, like, you get through a couple of licks, and then all of a sudden, like, it goes away. You know, you got to break through the layer, I guess. But I was just sick of it, and I was like, I'm not gonna go down there and sacrifice myself again.
No,
and so
you shouldn't have to.
I brought it up, and she was just like, that's not true. What are you talking about?
Okay.
And she started denying it and everything, and I was like, there's no way that you're not aware of this.
She's aware.
Because I can smell it, and the covers are down. Like the covers are like around you, and I can smell it. I was like, so don't try to tell me that whenever I go down in there into that fucking hot box, that there's not something going on. Big old fight, dude. We didn't make love again for the duration of the relationship because that's around the time I was moving here.
I think it was for the best.
Well, absolutely, it's for the best. But I mean, I know people encounter this issue, But how the fuck do you approach it? I mean, because even if I was super nice and was like, hey, do you think something's going on down there?
You're right, but I think it puts a lot of onus on the person that's smelling it. Whoever has the stinky pussy or the stinky, if you're a dude, you're stinky fucking balls.
Yeah.
You gotta just know.
Yeah.
Put your finger on your pussy or put your finger on your balls. You scrape it. You smell it. If it fucking stinks, you fucking, what do you mean?
You need to do
How
something.
is this a fucking surprise? If your pussy stinks, your pussy fucking stinks. You know it.
Yes.
Put your hand on your pussy, put it up to your nose. You know it fucking stinks.
Yep.
There's no goddamn excuse for it. If she's offended, her fucking pussy stank. She knew it. Fuck her.
Yes.
You gotta fucking move on from that bullshit because that's just a stinky pussy like that should be addressed.
Yeah.
And
I
it's not
tried.
your fucking imagination that pussy stank.
Exactly.
And she had to know it.
Thank you.
I'm just saying, stinky pussies.
Yeah, no, I feel vindicated because that's bullshit. And I just felt like it's disrespectful to put the responsibility on me to be the one to say something.
Right. And then it ruins the relationship.
Exactly. And then, I take this complete package and I move it across the country. Sorry, babe. You lost your shot.
You gotta go.
Yeah.
You gotta go.
That's it. Daddy had to take it on the road. Sorry.
You gotta go. 100%. You just gotta make a move.
Fuck yeah, dude. And I'm glad I made that move.
I'm somewhat glad.
Well, you don't want to put your
fair to moderate.
Yeah, you don't want to wear your heart on your sleeve.
No, I mean,
God forbid you show anything other than a robotic sense of humanoid function.
It's nice.
Adam's like the T-1000 over here. Boner machine.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think this is a good place to bring her on in. We're gonna reel her on in. As always, thank you all for joining us for another week of crazy topics and discussion. Mm-hmm. We appreciate your patronage. And I guess we're going to catch you next week.
Yeah.
Go fuck your mothers.
I would say eat my ass. However, Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself.